As Iraq spirals into sectarian warfare, many are answering the call of the country's prime minister as Shiite religious leaders to turn out for the Iraqi military. But will Iraq's army stand up to the relentless advance by ISIS insurgents and their Sunni allies? That's the question U.S. troops, a growing number of them, are trying to answer on the ground in Iraq. Here's our Pentagon correspondent, Barbara Starr.
Wolf, the question right now is, can the U.S. military get the Iraqi military to get its act together in time? In Baghdad, nearly 500 U.S. troops are now on the ground, including 180 military advisors of the 300 President Obama authorized, plus security teams and intelligence analysts already there. Priority one, determine if Iraqi troops can hold on to the capital or if it's in danger of falling to the ISIS militants. The current assessment, the Shia-dominated Iraqi military will keep control. The Sunni-backed ISIS won't risk an all-out urban war. But there is deep worry about the strength of Iraqi forces across the country.
What we really need to see is the army get back on its feet. We have folks there trying to help these elite units do that and start to retake territory. But the situation on the ground is still very serious.
Iraq's Haditha Dam, 170 miles northwest of Baghdad, may be the most critical target to protect. ISIS and Iraqi units are battling for control of the largest hydroelectric plant in western Iraq. The local police chief told CNN government forces are holding on to the dam, but U.S. intelligence is watching closely. If ISIS seizes the dam, water and power for millions of Iraqis is in jeopardy. Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki now says he's happy to have Syrian airstrikes against ISIS.
There was no coordination involved, but we welcome this action.
The U.S. does not welcome what it says were Syrian airstrikes that reached inside Iraq. CNN has learned U.S. aircraft flying reconnaissance missions over Iraq to collect intelligence are keeping an eye out for both Syrian warplanes and Iranian drones, and keeping an eye on threats against U.S. military advisors. This video message, purportedly from a Sunni cleric, calls for attacks against U.S. embassies worldwide if the U.S. conducts airstrikes in Iraq. Now, the Pentagon has sent one Army general to Baghdad to run the advisory mission there, earmarked another general to go to northern Iraq if that part of the mission ever begins to take place. This is a lot of muscle power, Wolf, for whatever may come next.
Barbara, we're also learning the Obama administration will seek $500 million from Congress to start training Syrian rebels, moderate Syrian rebels. What's the latest on that front?
Not entirely clear what that training will exactly comprise, but it's still the same issue, Wolf. Who is the moderate Syrian opposition? There are so many factions now fighting in that country, including, of course, ISIS, the same faction fighting across the border in Iraq. It just couldn't be more complex. Very difficult to see a way ahead there.
Barbara Starr at the Pentagon, thanks very much. Ukrainian officials